Lights up in a park, somewhere in a quaint little town, almost out of an old Disney live action movie from times past. On a bench in the middle of the stage sits Zack, aged around 11 or 12. He is dressed in regular, everyday, boy next door type clothes. He seems to be a very kind soul, but one who is quite lonely. Indeed, Zack watches a few passing couples, kids his age, teenagers, adults, etc., and he sighs a sad, lonesome sigh. Soon he addresses the audience.
Ah, geez whiz, look at it. All of these happy couples going around, and me, all by myself. Gosh, I'm probably one of the few guys in my grade who doesn't have a girlfriend. Boy, I'd sure love for that to change. Call me hopeless romantic and all, but I've always subscribed to the theory of everyone out there has a soulmate. But gosh, where could my soulmate be hiding?
Zack slowly stands up as an elderly man, pushing along a bookmobile cart, slowly approaches and begins to go across the stage.
Oh, goodness, won't someone or something give me a sign as what could help me find the right girl? Any sign will do, please. If some cosmic power is out there, give me an answer.
On cue, the cartwheel crunches over Zack's foot, while a book falls from the cart next to him. The cart goes off as Zack lets out a painful yelp.
Ah! Ooh, that hurt. Old man McGinty never looks where he's going. That silly old coot.
A beat. Zack soon spies the book by his feet. Raising a curious brow, he bends down to examine it.
Huh? What's this? It must have fallen from the cart.
Zack slowly picks up the book and reads the cover of it.
How to get the girl. A sure way to find the fair maiden of your dreams. Oh, wow. A book that'll help me finally win a girl over. How wonderful. And convenient, too. Thanks for the sign, whoever did this. Gee, I better not waste any time. If this book was meant to come to me, I better start reading it right away.
Zack hurries off. Lights out and scene change. It is now the next day. Back in the park, a girl, hereby referred to as Girl 1, sits by a picnic table, presumably waiting for the arrival of someone. Soon, Zack pokes his head out onto the stage and eyes Girl 1. He tiptoes further on, then opens his book and flips to a specific page.
Let's see here. There it is. Chapter 4. The Great Talking Lovers. Fellas. Girls love it when a fella talks sweet. Nothing to them. Think of the great actors Charles Boyer, and how he wooed women with his words. I'll make a girl melt metaphorically like butter. Say, I can do that. Sounds easy enough. Okay, here goes nothing.
With that, Zack goes up to Girl 1 and gently taps her on the shoulder.
Oh, hello.
Oh my, darling, let us play games, monsieur.
Zack takes Girl 1's hand in his and kisses it a few times.
Oh my.
Oh, my precious, beautiful angel, you have bewitched my heart. You are a vision of beauty. Your eyes, your hair, your lips, it is all perfection.
Gosh, you're very sweet to say that. Thank you.
For my whole life, I have been lost, like walking in my sleep. But then I awakened, and there's you.
Oh, oh goodness. Flattery will give you everywhere. You charmer, you.
My love, no more talk. Come, let us kiss, lips to lips. It will set my soul on fire, make my heart soar. Grant me one kiss from an angel such as you, please.
You sure do have a way with words. I'd kiss you in a second if I didn't already have a boyfriend.
What?
Oh, yeah, I'm dating a fella already. He plays linebacker on one of the boys' junior league teams. He's such a sweet teddy bear. Oh, there he is now.
Zack raises a curious brow as we soon see a much larger, very mean and imposing looking boy is behind him, growling and slowly pounding his fist into his hand. Zack slowly turns, and his eyes meet the boy's eyes, and the color drains from his face as the boy lets out an angry snarl.
Uh-oh. Hey, Power. Did you hear everything I said to your girlfriend?
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh again.
The boy rears back his fist to punch Zack, who groans, resigned to his fate.
Just not the face. Please, not the face.
The boy socks Zack in the stomach, who groans and collapses to his knees, then mutters.
Mm, thank you.
Zack, in pain, lurches over to girl one, who, almost nonchalant, files her nails as she watches him.
Why didn't you say you had a boyfriend from the start?
You didn't ask.
Good point.
With that, Zack slowly, painfully limps off. Lights out and scene change. It is now sometime in the evening. Outside of the house, we see girl 2, who stands outside on the balcony near her room. She sighs a lonesome, demure sigh as she gazes out into the night sky. Zack, meanwhile, pokes his head on and gazes up at girl 2.
Boy, I sure am jealous of my two older sisters. They're out on dates with their boyfriends, and here I am, alone without a boy who likes me. Oh, woe is me.
Okay. A balcony, a trellis. Aha! Perfect. Chapter 6 has the perfect formula for something like this. Girls are suckers for Shakespeare, especially Romeo and Juliet. Any would-be Romeos would bag themselves a girl if they were to recreate the famous love scene from the balcony of the play. Luckily for me, I have Romeo's part memorized. Hello, up there, my beautiful Juliet.
Huh? Who's that? Who's there?
Girl 2 suddenly spots Zack down below by the trellis. He smiles and waves up at her as she demurely, sweetly, gasps and backs up a step as Zack begins to climb up the trellis.
Oh.
What soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who's already sick and pale with grief, that thou her maid art far more fair than she.
This is my favorite Shakespeare scene. Oh goodness.
Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were.
Oh goodness me, if my father catches you trying to court me like this, he'll kill you! Oh, how daring and romantic.
By now, Zack is eye level with girl 2. He smiles at her as she smittenly smiles back, playing with a string of her hair as she does.
She speaks, yet she says nothing. What's of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer it. I am too bold. 'Tis not me to that she speaks. Two of the fair stars in all of the heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return.
Oh, Take me, I'm yours.
Girl 2 opens up her arms for an embrace and eagerly puckers out her lips for a kiss. Zack eagerly grins in return, rubs his mouth on his sleeve a few times, then puckers his lips out as well and slowly leans in. However, just before a kiss occurs, suddenly we hear the sounds of wood buckling and splintering. Both kids unpucker and look down in unison at the trellis Zack is on. It buckles and shifts and splinters some more as Girl 2 puts a hand to her mouth in dread, and the color once again drains from Zack's face.
Uh-oh.
Trellis, it's gonna break. Oh dear.
Okay. Maybe if I climb down very slowly and very carefully, I can get back down to the ground safely. You can just meet me downstairs in your backyard. Okay, here goes.
Zack gingerly climbs down one step, but the splintering gets louder and louder, and the trellis slowly detaches from the side of the house. Zack meekly waves by, resigned to his fate, as the trellis, with him on it, falls backwards and into the bushes.
Oh my gosh! Romeo! Oh, Romeo! Are you okay? Are you hurt?
From within the bushes, after a beat, slowly, Zack's thumb shakily pokes out in a thumbs-up gesture.
I'm okay. Though I don't think my legs are supposed to be bent this way.
Blackout and scene change. It is the next day. Back in the park, we see a third girl, hereby referred to as Girl 3, sitting on a bench reading from a book silently. She adjusts her Coke bottle glasses and does a nasally, nerdy snort from her nose as she reads.
Oh my, how very interesting.
Meanwhile, Zack pops his head onto the stage to gaze at Girl 3. He tiptoes on and flips his book to another section in it.
Okay, let's see. Chapter 8. Aggressive Bad Boys. While some might disagree, girls absolutely flock to boys who know just what they want, and demanding it with a snap of their fingers. For example, if you are forceful enough by just snapping your fingers and demanding a kiss, a girl will be in smooth shitty with you in no time. That sounds horrible, like something a bully would do, but if this book says it works, I might as well give it a shot.
With that, Zack tiptoes further over to Girl 3, who remains locked to the reading of her book.
Well, here goes nothing. Hey, you, girly girl, over here.
Are you talking to me?
I sure am, Toots.
Zack grabs Girl 3's book and tosses it aside gently.
I'll take that.
I beg your pardon, but I was reading that book.
Never mind some stuffy, silly book. Hey, baby, give me a kiss. Right here.
Zack points to his lips with a smirk, then eagerly puckers out his lips for a kiss, making a few kissing noises as he does so. Girl 3's jaw drops in disbelief, shock, and anger.
Excuse me?
A beat. Zack was not expecting this. He slowly unpuckers his lips, his bravado and swagger rapidly diminishing.
Well, you know, hey, baby, give me a kiss right here.
With that, the girl begins to slap Zack several times across the face.
Ugh! You pig! You caveman! You horrible, disgusting macho brute!
Ow! Wait, no! It's not what it looks like. I read it from a book.
Let me tell you something, Buster. I'm not the kind of girl who kisses a complete stranger I've never met, especially ones who talk so crudely like that to me. Don't you ever speak to me like that again, you slimeball. If you come near me again, I'll get my 2 older brothers after you, and they're both seniors on the high school wrestling team.
Girl 3 storms off as Zach, dazed, stumbles off on the opposite side of the stage.
I think I lost the feeling in both my cheeks. Oh.
Lights out and scene change. The next day, we now see a 4th girl, hereby referred to as Girl 4, sitting underneath the shade of a tree as another boy sits nearby, writing in a notebook. Zach, meanwhile, tiptoes in, folding up a piece of paper as he does.
Okay, this one has to work. It's chapter 10. If I'm striking out in chapter 10, I am hopeless. Okay. Giving a secret admirer a note that a girl should do the trick. Okay. Here goes nothing.
With that, Zach gently tosses the folded up note to Girl 4, and it bops her gently on the side of her head and comes to rest just next to her.
Huh? What the? Who on earth was that? A note? For me? Gee, I wonder what it says. Hi there. It's time for me to finally confess something to you. I've admired you from afar for a long time now, but I can no longer hide my crush on you. I think you're the prettiest girl I've ever seen. And I'd love nothing more than for us to be an item. What say you and I go out for ice cream this Saturday? Regards, your secret admirer. Me? Have a secret admirer? Oh gosh, he must be nearby. Who could?
Slowly, Girl 4's eyes land on what we assume to be Zach. Zach grins as Girl 4 approaches him.
You! It's you, isn't it? Ooh, you wonderful sweet thing!
Zach grins again and eagerly puckers out his lips for a kiss. Girl 4, meanwhile, gently moves Zach aside.
Pardon me.
With that, Girl 4 approaches the boy who is writing in his notebook. She adoringly smiles at him.
Oh, Jason! Jason, I knew it! I just knew it. I've had a crush on you for the last 6 months, but I never dreamed you had a crush on me. Yes! My answer is yes! Let's go on that date. Oh, Jason!
Girl 4 throws her arms around Jason and hugs him. Jason, confused though delighted, grins and hugs her back. With that, the two link hands and happily go off as Zach watches in stunned disbelief.
Are you freaking kidding me? Ugh, what are the odds?
Zach, book in hand, stomps over to a nearby bench and sits down on it, disgust and anger on his face as he does.
I don't get it. I just don't get it. Am I meant to be alone forever? Am I destined to never have a girl like me? What's the use?
Zach puts his hands to his face and shakes his head, staying in that position. Meanwhile, a 5th girl, hereafter referred to as Girl 5, comes walking onto the stage. She walks past Zach, then stops, gazes at him silently, and, with sympathy on her face, goes over and taps him on the shoulder.
Excuse me?
Oh, hi.
Hi. I hate to be nosy. Hate to be an eavesdropper. But are you okay, sweetie? You look so sad.
That's because I am sad.
Oh, you poor thing. May I?
Girl 5 motions to the spot next to Zach. Zach nods, and Girl 5 sits down next to him.
I'm sorry if I'm being too forward, but I never do like to see people upset. My mother says I'm filled to the brim with empathy. I hope I can cheer you up. I'm Stephanie, by the way.
I'm Zach. Nice to meet you, Stephanie.
Likewise. You know, you're pretty cute.
Uh, I am?
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks. You're pretty.
Thank you. I guess we can be sad together. I'm feeling pretty upset myself.
What's wrong?
Well, it's like this. I go to St. Bernadette's Catholic school, an all-girls school, and we're having our annual spring dance. The boys from St. Peter's Catholic school are allowed to come to the dance to be dates for the girls. But it seems like every girl in the school had a fella ask them out, except for me.
Gee, I'm awfully sorry.
It's not your fault. It's just the way the cookie crumbled, I guess. I'd like to go to the dance with a boy, but if I have to go alone, so be it. At least I'll have fun with the girls there, right?
Right.
Right,
Right.
right.
Hey, Stephanie.
Uh-huh.
Well, I know I don't go to St. Peter's Boys' School, but with your permission, if you'd like to, I'd love to be your date to the spring dance.
You would?
If you'd like me to.
I like that very much.
Great.
In fact, if you'd be so kind as to walk me home, we can talk to my parents about it. They're a bit old-fashioned, so they'd like to see a boy after their permission first. But I know they'll say yes. Shall we?
Absolutely.
Stephanie stands and offers Zach her hand. Zach takes Stephanie's hand in hers, and the two begin to walk off. However, Stephanie slowly looks at Zach's book, then goes to grab it, examining it as she does.
Oh, it looks like you forgot your book. How to Get the Girl? Goodness, what an outdated book this is. What silly person would ever want to take advice from a book like that?
In one fluid motion, as the bookmobile cart is seen passing by again, Zach gently tosses the book onto the back of the cart.
Yeah, it's a crock, isn't it? I found it on the floor and I figured it fell off the book cart. There we go, back to its rightful owner.
Right. Now, where were we?
I was walking you home.
On cue, the book cart crunches both Zach and Stephanie's left feet. The two, in unison, contort their faces in pain.
Yeah, oh.
A beat. Zach and Stephanie lock eyes, then they both giggle smittenly in unison and, hand in hand, they walk off together as the scene comes to a close and the lights fade to black.